But in the last couple of days, we've seen the Prime Minister actually reference meat, as he called it, meat at the time of Navratri or Sawan. And he made it sort of an example of how he believed that the opposition, and the reference seemed to be to Tejasvi Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav, were mocking Hindu sentiments by flaunting videos of mutton and fish. We're having a pure, by the way, vegetarian meal.
I'm sorry, I happen to be vegetarian.
Oh, you are vegetarian? Ah, okay, I'd forgotten that. But given the debate that the Prime Minister has triggered around food, what do you say? What do you say about this debate?
I think it's most unfortunate because the most important characteristic of Hindudom, as it used to be, was live and let live. When Mahatma Gandhi, who revered the cow, and had that famous dream that the cow was crying to him piteously at night, and that's why he stopped drinking cow's milk, because he thought even the pain of milking the cow was unfair to her. And so he switched to goat's milk. This Mahatma Gandhi, when asked, how come we're not calling for a ban on beef in this country, he said, how can I tell others what to eat? He said, it's my personal decision. I will not eat it. I will not. But I'm not going to tell Muslims they can't eat it. And that's our...
And it's not only Muslims, right?
Not only
beef
Muslims, exactly.
is a different debate.
No, but I'm just saying it's the same logic.
Non-vegetarianism is not only Muslims.
It's the same logic for non-vegetarian food. I am a vegetarian, have been since I was 4 or 5 years old, but my family was not. In fact, my mother thinks I discovered vegetarianism by accompanying her to a butcher shop in Crawford Market in Bombay and being revolted by what I saw. And what's interesting is my own twins were brought up to eat everything because they were brought up in a place like New York, and we thought life would be much easier for them to be vegetarian. And their mothers, half Kashmiri, half Bengali, so meat-eating Brahmins on both sides. And then what happens? One of my twins unilaterally turns vegetarian without any influence, because I genuinely believe that I just shouldn't proselytize, that people eat what they want to eat. Now, there's an example of people finding their own dharma, if you like, when it comes to food. Why should Mr. Modi make somebody's food habits a political issue? It is the Hindu says, let everyone choose to do their own thing.
But let's look at the data. The Pew survey tells you that about, 39% of Indians, or somewhere there, 31 or 39, I don't remember exactly, identify as vegetarian. But it says 81% do say that they have some restrictions on their meat consumption, which means either they don't eat a kind of meat, or they have phases in the calendar where they don't eat meat, or they have a day of fasting. And the BJP says the Prime Minister isn't making a point about meat eating. He's making a point about religious sentiment. He's making a point that Tejasvi Yadav himself said, hey, I'd released this video to provoke the BJP. We knew that they'd get provoked, and so on. So his point is about religious sensitivities.
Well, okay, fair enough. But my point still is that why should somebody in the name of religion be sensitive about somebody else's personal taste? To my mind, that's what's wrong in some ways with the whole nanny state attitude that the BJP specializes in. I don't believe the government or the ruling party has any place in my bedroom, in my kitchen, at my dining table. And the BJP doesn't agree. They feel they can make comments on all of these areas, who to love, what to eat, where to, how to dress, where to go. And I just think that this is wrong. I think it's not how we used to be as a culture, and it's not how we should be in a modern 21st century liberal state. But Mr. Modi, unfortunately, is actually playing into the worst stereotype of the prejudiced uncle, who is saying, my way of doing things is the right way, and the rest of you should actually respect mine. Whereas my argument is, his way is right for him, my way is right for me, your way is right for you. It's fine. You've been to my place, you've had meat at my table. I've not complained. I've encouraged my guests to eat what they want to eat. And I eat what I want to eat, and I don't eat what I don't want to eat. It's as simple as that. I would say the same thing applies across the board in public life as well. But that's not the way in which our Prime Minister and the ruling party seem to see it.